What's going on, guys? Chase with iDub Hockey, hanging out today with Trevor, who's the product manager of skates for CCM Hockey. We've got your really good-looking FT4 Pro skates in front of us with a ton of tech and spec that we're so excited to hop into. But before we do that, how would you describe the best skating style that is geared for the JetSpeed line, and maybe the overall fit profile from the top-end FT4 Pro to the FT475?
Absolutely. So the JetSpeed line as a whole is designed for the acceleration type skater. So we're looking to maximize foot speed, we're looking to maximize crossover speed, and we're looking to make sure that that player can get going as fast as possible no matter where they are on the ice.
Kind of sounds like a McDavid style skater to me. Is that about right?
McDavid would be one of our go-tos. Austin Matthews has been loving them as well.
Awesome. And those are two pretty good players. And then as far as the fit profile goes, because I know we do have a new system this year, can you walk us through that real quick as well?
Absolutely. So our new fit system has regular fit, tapered fit, and wide fit. You'll be able to find all three fits in the top two price points, the FT4 Pro and the FT4. And you'll have a regular and a wide fit offered in the FT485 and the FT475.
And if you are looking for more information on the differences between these fits and where you likely would fall into, make sure you check out our separate video that we shot on that. But let's hop into this FT4 Pro. I mean, top to bottom, there are so many huge changes on this skate. It's been refined from the inside and out. So, what was kind of your guys' goal this year, building on the great success of that FT2? And then we'll start talking about the spec as well.
Well, the goal is to always bring an improved skate to market, but a skate that, like we discussed earlier, is going to be built to accentuate the type of player that we want to be wearing our skates, or that wants to wear our skates. So versus the FT2, we've brought in an excess tongue system that was not there prior. We've also added step black steel to the FT4 Pro. Those are just a few things, especially the step black steel, that will make sure that you're gliding as fast as possible on the ice.
Yeah, the NHL Pro usage on that step black steel is incredible. I mean, that speaks to just the overall quality, the consistency, the edge life that just that offers. And then the excess tongues, we have an awesome video on that too. But if you haven't checked it out, it's a quick replaceable tongue system, and you could further adjust your fit. Now with that 3D fit system, which is really cool, you could really dial that in. Now, connecting to that excess tongue, we have a new toe box this year. So walk us through that, and how does that feel differently than before, and how does that benefit the player this year?
Well, we've made an asymmetrical design on our new toe boxes, and what that does is it just kind of removes the negative space that was being unused in the previous wider toe box, and allows the player's foot to fit more comfortably and snugly, as it should, into the skate. So if you think about the shape of our feet, they're not symmetrical. So why should our toe boxes be symmetrical either?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it makes sense. We've been using that standard toe box for so long. Nice little update. And another nice little update. I've always been a big fan of the ankle pads from that Ripcore line, and it looks like they're making their way into the JetSpeed line this year. So walk me through the liner a little bit, including those ADBT memory foam pads.
You got it. So the Adapt Memory Foam Comfort Pads, like you mentioned, had previously been in our Ripcore line, now bringing into the JetSpeed line, extremely comfortable. So you couple that with the new fit system, you couple that with the asymmetrical toe box. There's lots of great reasons that the JetSpeed FT4 line fits amazing.
And I would imagine one of those reasons has to do with that one-piece boot that almost gets lost in all of these awesome upgrades. So what's so exciting this year in the JetSpeed line is that we don't just find it in the FT4 Pro, we find it all the way down into the FT475. So if I'm new to the one-piece boot from CCM, how does that benefit me as a player, especially in this JetSpeed line?
Well, the ultimate benefit of the one-piece boot is that there are less layers between your foot and the ice. And what that means is that you get more direct energy transfer from your stride into the blade, cutting through the ice surface. On top of that, because there's fewer layers of material, it's also a lighter boot as well. And because of the manufacturing process involved, we're able to achieve a closer fit and a more precise fit. And so that's one of the reasons we're very excited to be having the one-piece boot in all 4 JetSpeed models coming out in 2021.
That's a huge step for CCM. And just so excited to see it. And so as we move down, we're seeing the one-piece boot, we're seeing the adapt foams in a lot of these price points. We also see the excess holder. Someone might not have been using their skates for 5 or 6 years. They're finally ready to upgrade into this JetSpeed line. Can you quickly tell me about what makes the excess holder just, kind of like an industry standard, just really holding it down as one of the better quick release holders on the market today?
Well, we know players, especially at the high end, they go through their steel, many times a game in some cases, wanting to be able to sharpen between periods or even mid-period. So with the excess holder, you're able to swap out your blades for a sharpened blade or a corrected blade very quickly in a matter of seconds. And what that means is you never miss a shift. You're able to swap it out very quickly, get back on the ice, and get out there performing the best you can. What it also does is it allows you to potentially select which blade you feel best with.
Oh, that's hot. And even more reason to always carry an extra set of steel, because you don't want to miss the rest of the game just because you didn't bring a backup. But let's move on over to the FT4. We see a lot of similar technology that we see in the FT4 Pro. So this price point, in my opinion, is still truly elite, but maybe for that more value shopper that isn't ready to spend on an FT4 Pro. So can you walk me through a couple key specs that really make this FT4 just stand out?
Absolutely. Well, the FT4 will have step steel on there as well. So step black on the Pro version, but still some of the best quality blades and step steel on the FT4 line as well. So we're very happy about that. Still have the Adapt Memory Comfort Foam in there as well. And you have total dry liner, the asymmetrical tongue, same new toe box in there as well. And it's really positioned to be one of our best second price point skates we've ever had.
I mean, really, if you compare it back to some of even the competitors' top end skates 4 or 5 years ago, I mean, that FT4 is still incredible, like you said, with that one-piece boot. So it's really cool to see how much value you're bringing down at these secondary, third, and fourth price points. Speaking of those third and fourth price points, the FT485, the 475, that's more likely for the competitive player that, maybe isn't playing at the complete high-end elite 3 or 4 times a week, but they still want a really good skate for the price. So, what really makes the FT485 and the 475 stand out at this mid-level skate price point?
Well, one of the things we're most excited about, as we talked about previously, is bringing the one-piece boot technology down to this price point and to really make it accessible to any player that wants to try it and really feel the advantages that the one-piece boot has to offer. On top of that, all the JetSpeed line, even these 2 price points, have the Adapt Comfort Memory Foam, and they have the excess holder as well. So while they don't come outfitted with a step steel or a step black steel, you're able to get in a one-piece boot at that price point and upgrade your steel if you want to.
Yeah, so if you're still not sold on the one-piece boot hype or the step steel hype, try with the FT485 or 75, feel that one-piece boot, try the step steel, and likely you're going to fall in love with it. And then, but Trevor, I just want to say thanks again for sitting down with us today, walking us through the new FT4 Pro line.
My pleasure.
And then for you guys at home that want to check out this entire line from CCM Hockey, make sure you go to icewarehouse.com.